everybody, welcome back to another speed build. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today is a really good day in my world because I am officially starting my 2-week vacation from my real job, which means that I will hopefully have some more time to put out more videos this week, but knowing myself and realistically speaking, that probably will not happen. Today's speed build is a modern family home in Newcrest on the Asphalt Abodes lot. I think this is a 30 by 30. That could be wrong actually, but this is one of my favorite lots to build on. I've been really into the smaller lots. I don't know, big houses are very intimidating to me and I don't know how to fill them up. So yeah, we're doing a bit of a smaller one today. This was inspired by a photo that I saw on Instagram, which is usually where I find a lot of my inspiration. I just thought this was a really cool house. It looks like something you would find here in Canada, like in North Vancouver. It's very like Pacific Northwest style, sort of mid-century, I think. So yeah, a lot of eco lifestyle, and I used a lot of the Snowy Escape windows. I'm so happy we have those like medium-sized, plain modern windows. All I'm asking now is just like a long, you see that one in the front there? That's the eco lifestyle one with the sticky outy part. I just want that, but just like a simple frame. That's all I'm asking for. But yeah, I got to use a lot of platforms in this, so I was very excited. And I tried to use terrain manipulation tools. I always cut them out because it's very stressful to me to watch myself use them. I'm not very good at it, so I always just try to edit that out. It's saving you guys the hassle of watching me suck at them. So I think I'm getting a little bit better, but I can't watch it. It's a struggle. But this is basically the exterior coming together now. That front area is supposed to be a garage. Well, ideally it would have been attached to the house, but game limitations, you can't, or at least I don't know how to do that. I'm sure somebody out there knows some way to make that work, but I am not skilled enough to do that. So I just turned that into like a YouTube recording studio, which you will see later when we do the interior. But yeah, moving on into the backyard, I got to use a lot of platforms. Again, I cut out all the terrain just because you can already see this looks stressful. It doesn't look like that in the end, but yeah, we get a pool back there. It's basically like a 3-level backyard. I don't know if I'm gonna name this my dream house or not, but this would be pretty close to what I would want as a house. And I think it's kind of realistic because it's a little bit smaller, although I still think this would be very expensive, so I have no idea, but yeah. And then I raised up the pool a bit. I kind of wanted it to be level with the platforms, but it wasn't really working for me, so I just raised up everything. Oh, and I also use custom content. I'm just realizing this now. Yeah, I do use a lot of custom content in the furnishing. The entire like exterior and all the building, there's no custom content, so I might upload this unfurnished and furnished. So if you are trying to locate this on the gallery, just make sure you tick the custom content filter and then it should come up. But I did only use Felix and Harry's custom content. I think I used the Bafroom, the Kichen, and Jardane. Oh, I think I used all of them. And the tiny Twavellers as well. I will link it in the description if you want to check out their stuff, but it's very well done. It's very Max's match, and I am obsessed. Moving on into the dining room, this area changes quite a bit. I end up raising it up on a platform and then changing the flooring to concrete on the main level. There is some wood. I think this area stays as wood floors. You'll see in the interior footage at the end, but it goes through a couple of variations before we get to the final form. And I think I changed those paintings to my favorite one, which is the like pop art with the llamas, which I use in every single one of my builds. There it is. I just love that painting so much. Yeah, this is also, I think this is from the Kichen stuff pack as well. I just love using those cabinets. I use those cabinets everywhere. I think I use them in the den. I use them over here in the living room. Yeah, I go crazy with them. I'm just really into like the medium wood tones right now, and I think it just looks really nice. I think this room right now, the living room, is my favorite room in the whole house. I don't know why, I just thought it turned out really nice. And I also used that musical, I don't even know what that is because it's not a record player. What are those things called? I have no idea. I've never used that item before, but I really like that swatch, so I just threw it in there. But if anyone knows what that is, please let me know. And obviously using the base game white couch. I didn't even try to limit myself this time. I knew I was going to use it, so I just went for it. And I did not use a TV. I went back and forth like 900 times deciding if I wanted to use one. You could just interchange it with the mirror, which is what I kept going back and forth and doing, but decided against it in the end. But this is pretty much the gist of this room. I think we just get some clutter items on the coffee table, and that's pretty much it. Moving on upstairs into the master bedroom. This room is actually pretty small. Originally I only had 2 rooms, but then I realized the other room was bigger than the master, and I just felt like that was weird, but I really wanted to have a walk-in closet. So that's why the room is a little bit smaller, but they do have access to the second floor balcony from this room, which I thought was nice. I use those custom content paintings everywhere. You saw me use them in the living room, and I think I use them in the kids' room too. So I don't know. I think I just discovered that I actually really like the swatches on them. So I feel like I do that. If I discover an item that I like, I'll just use it over and over and over again until it's boring to me. And this is the walk-in closet using, you guessed it, the same cabinets that I used downstairs that I used pretty much in every single room of this house now that I'm realizing. But very exciting, I'm including footage of a bathroom for once. This is the only footage that I include actually. There is 3 bathrooms, they pretty much all look identical, so just envision this one everywhere else. I did use that flooring from Base Game with the rocks, which I thought was kind of nice. I saw a real life house on Instagram that used very similar flooring, and I really liked that, so I wanted to include. But moving on into the office, this room is pretty small. I just, again, used the cabinets and then pretty much just a computer. Oh, I think I put a bowling trophy in here. Kind of weird, but I just thought it looked kind of nice. So we're just gonna go with the fact that this person is a superstar bowler. And then also I use those curtains. I put them on the top of the window. A fun design tip that I've learned from my years of watching HGTV. If you put them at the top of the wall, it makes it look like the windows are floor to ceiling, even if they're not. And moving on into the kids' room. Normally I hate doing kids' rooms. This sounds awful. I don't know. They're just very repetitive to me. And honestly, I don't like doing bedrooms in general usually, but I actually kind of had fun with both the rooms in this one. So yeah, I got to use the platform tool and create sort of this like a shelf looking thing. I don't know what that's actually called, but I just cluttered it up with some stuffed animals. That little panda is custom content. I think it's from the Tiny Twavellers stuff. And I also never knew we had a piggy bank. I just discovered that item and I thought that was kind of cute. So I included that too. Yeah, this room is pretty small. Oh, you also notice that I changed this room to carpet, and then I changed the master bedroom to carpet. For some reason, I never use carpets when I'm doing bedrooms, which is very odd because that's very common, at least where I'm from. So I decided to actually go with some realism and use carpet upstairs. But yeah, most of those paintings are also custom content, and that mirror is also from the Tiny Twavellers stuff. Moving on into the backyard, I used the Jardane stuff, so all of this is custom content. I actually really like how this backyard turned out. I know I said the living room was my favorite part, but I think this actually might be my favorite part. Oh, I also noticed with these day beds that I'm using, those are custom content. There is some clipping you can kind of see there on the fabric. I don't know why that is. It might be because one of the updates ruined the CC and I haven't updated it yet. I don't know. I noticed that on the fridge as well with the Kichen stuff back, but it doesn't bother me enough to not use it, so I'm still gonna keep using it. And then the second level here is just where I have like the barbecue area and then some plants, and I think that's pretty much it. I think I just add an umbrella to the downstairs area, and then yeah. And then this third level balcony is the same. I just have the day beds and then a couple plants. And now this is the garage area, quote unquote, which should have been a garage, but now I just turned it into a YouTube studio. So I used the streaming setup from Get Famous and then a lot of stuff from Moschino, just like a little seating area. But this is pretty much the end of the build. As always, I will include some footage at the end of the interior, but thank you guys so much for watching and I will talk to you soon.